pictures! I got so many pictures and pictures. Many pictures. I found the twab. I did a thing.
Yay!
I did a thing.
Respawn's done a thing.
I did a thing. Ha, 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 ha.
Welcome to Two Titans and a Hunter, a Destiny 2 podcast. A show where we discuss tips, tricks and tools to help all Guardians succeed and enjoy playing more. What makes us different? Well, we're not streamers or YouTubers, we just have a passion for Destiny and are dedicated to keeping Guardians informed and up to date with all the latest Destiny 2 news, information and opinions. We encourage your questions and feedback, and you can contact us either by email, twotitansandahunter@hotmail.com, or on Twitter at 2titans_hunter. Now, on with the show.
I looked at the Discord we're recording in and looked at the link that Parody sent to him.
Wait, what?
However, unfortunately, he just said twab Bungie link, and that's as far as he got. So
Actually, I didn't see that. My feed starts where Night Demon has a picture of the Ordeal Grandmaster. I had to scroll up to see what you put. By the way, I found it. I did a Google thing. I googled it because that's what people do.
Did you Google Bungie.net? Please tell me you just Googled Bungie.net.
No, I googled TWAB Destiny 2.
You can just go to Bungie.net and it's like one of the first couple things there. But hey, you know, one day
leave him to it. Leave him to it.
Hey.
Because it's bound to be the wrong twab that he's going to start reading out.
No, it says 319. Okay. It says 319. This week at Bungie, 3/19/2020. Okay.
Does it?
It does.
And Blue, as a reminder, feel free to speak over Night Demon and Respawn and everybody else, because we're all on separate channels. So don't worry about, like, if you say something, we all get recorded on separate channels. So don't think you're going to overtalk someone and have it ruin what they say.
Perfect. So you'll be able to.
Like now.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, not to say Night Demon won't edit all of us out and it'll just be him for the hour. But hey,
absolutely.
It'll at least be separate channels so it doesn't, interfere directly.
Caveat, it'll be just like the meetings that I'm in. Just power through the interrupters.
Exactly.
I love powering through interrupters.
Yeah.
So anyway, you're a warlock, right? Blue, I asked you that.
I actually am enjoying all three characters, but I'm starting to main a hunter so that when they fire you, I can get the podcast.
Wicked.
It's important to play the long game.
Yeah, I'm in the long game.
Should we kick our nice little podcast off?
Hi.
We'll do introductions then. I am Night Demon.
Hi, Night Demon.
Guy. That is Respawn.
Hi, Respawn.
The annoying man from Florida.
He is the Florida
I'm not
man.
from Florida. I live in Florida. Two distinct things.
You've been there long. You've been there long enough. You've gone Florida native. You are Florida man. Just embrace it.
Florida
Stop running away from your destiny.
But see, no. Native is fine, right? I am a Florida native. I am not from Florida. They mean two different things, man.
No, you're the Florida man, and you'll never convince me otherwise.
And that lovely voice that you're hearing is Parody.
Hi, Parody.
Our Wisconsin man.
Hi. Wisconsin since when?
I just thought I don't know where you live. You live
It's a big and complicated country.
We're gonna get this man a map. He's over in the U.S. somewhere. They've got a lot of area.
There's Florida.
I put a blindfold on.
Of the United States, and then
I put a blindfold on.
I throw a dart. Wherever it ends up.
That's where you live.
Closer to the right side of the middle, kind of.
And that other amazing voice you are hearing is our rescue ranger, Blue.
Hello, lads.
Speaking of
Thanks
which,
for having me.
that's a show I haven't seen in forever. I miss that show.
I'm sure they'll be streaming it sometime this week because I'm sure everyone's taking things out of the vault, going, "What can we make people watch?" Right up until we run out of bandwidth to let everybody watch them.
Yeah, fair enough.
No doubt.
So, welcome, listeners. Welcome to the show. We
Hi, listeners.
Yes. Oh.
They're not here for you. Just the children. Just Night Demon's children, really.
Child,
Yes.
singular.
Yeah. So, giving you some information up front. Next week in Destiny, so the new Moon Seraph bunker will open and needs restoration. Iron Banner, and Yes. Iron Banner and Lord Saladin are back for the first time in Season of the Worthy, and you can boost your gains with increased valor all week. So, still no flashpoint. I don't know why some weeks they don't tell us. Maybe they haven't made up their mind. Maybe it's like what we said with the dartboard. They just throw a dart at it and go, it's that one for the week. Should we have a guess at which one it's going to be? It's not going to be the Dreaming City, and it's not going to be the moon. Go.
I'm pretty sure at this point though they fired whoever wrote the code for the flashpoint.
Right, it's a random.
I'm gonna go with EDZ because all things are on EDZ. Yeah, whoever wrote the code to generate the flashpoints, they're gone, and so no one actually knows where they're going to be. They're just guessing and hoping for the best. But I'm gonna say EDZ because EDZ is where everybody is spending their lives this week.
Yeah. No, because it's not. Yeah, it's going to be the EDZ. Yeah, it's EDZ the upcoming week because everybody's going to be on the moon, and it's going to be like, man,
precisely, exactly. This is Destiny. Put the things where you just were and where you're not.
It's like those.
There could be no synergy.
It's like that bounty that you can get from the gunsmith. Go and get precision kills on Nessus when the flashpoint's IO, and you're like, what? What's going on here? I've got to go to a separate planet and do something separately.
Does not care where the damn thing is. Gunsmith is gunsmith. Okay, you need to learn that.
Yes.
Gunsmith says, "Go here to do this thing. I don't care where the flashpoint is."
I'm going to go with Titan, just because I think it's going to be on Titan.
Me and Blue said Spider, or Blue and I.
Tangle share.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, sounds good.
So, who wants to take us through the TWAB this week?
This week at Bungie for March 19th, 2020, there's apparently a shotgun you can go get. The Fourth Horseman. Apparently it's riding again. It's got 4 barrels. Apparently it was time gated, then it was not time gated based on all the YouTube videos I saw of it's time gated. Never mind, it's not time gated. So I am half-ish way through that quest line to get mine. I've seen in the little Discord feed this week a bunch of people have gotten theirs. Do any of you have your Fourth Horseman's yet?
I sure do.
Yes.
And is it all you hoped it could be? Is it just like Destiny 1? Is it
like
a gun you're going to put in your vault and go, you can sit over there in the corner and be an exotic weapon that I will no longer think about?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Well, I mean, okay. When I get the catalyst, it'll be better. But as of right now, it's just chilling in my vault because I can't be bothered.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I kind of did it as I was doing other things. I did have to go a little bit out of my way to kill some scions, but yeah.
I think it's the right weapon for this season. This is the season of the close range.
Yeah.
You got your sidearms and your submachine guns, and now you have a shotgun you have to literally press into someone's mouth to get it to work.
I heard it's really good against the champions.
Large, very close bosses.
No, the shielded champions. So use that. And you don't have to have a barrier weapon on.
Really?
Cool. Like Ariana's? Does it break it like Ariana's?
I think it just destroys them before they even get a shield up.
That does sound good.
Even better.
Yeah, but again, you're going to have to be up close to them.
Yeah. It's the season of hugs. I really need to pull that hug emote out because this is clearly the season of hugs.
Oh, I got the hug emote!
Yeah.
It wants to be close to you. Yeah, I think we just need I need to offer more hugs after these Seraph Towers.
No. I remember before I missed the hug emote, and everyone was making fun of me and laughing at me. I got it from an Eververse.
That's why we didn't. No, we didn't make fun of you because of that. We told you it was because of that, but it wasn't because of that, really.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It was other things. Can't remember now, but
they were important at the time, I'm sure.
Yeah, suck, man.
So we went through the quest steps last week, didn't we? Pretty much exactly what we said. So it was in our opening part of the podcast. If you missed it, you can go back and have a quick listen if you're interested. If not, just go to Zavala and follow the quest steps.
Yeah. And Fallout put out a 1-minute video on how to do all of it. So if you don't have a lot of time and have a minute to spare, there you go. It's basically go talk to people and go kill things. I've been working through it as I've been doing Seraph Towers this week and screw around on Mars, just murdering people.
Look at that beautiful, beautiful bow and the TWAB. Did you get down to that yet, Respawn?
Nah, yeah, I got.
No, we are at an extension of your hand.
Since we are not streamers or YouTubers, except when we are. There's apparently some sort of fancy Bungie Destiny 2 Twitch extension, whatever they call them. So yeah, it's got a nice little video here of it. I don't know, because like there are a couple others that are out there now. Maybe this is an official one, because I know there's one that you can put on that'll show you like what your current loadout is. When people watch, they can see like what exactly you're running, which I'm sure saved people a trillion questions of what gun is that? What gun is that? What are you using? What armor piece is that?
Yeah, if you're watching somebody's Destiny stream and you don't know what gun they're using, like,
well, it might be one of these like 19 who pulls a blue weapon out from year one, day one that he's been had in his vault since the beginning of time. You never know. So I guess this will let you see like everything. It'll let you like actually like go into their whole profile and look at what perks they have turned on.
That is really cool. Yeah, I was watching. I didn't watch Twitch for a year. Now that Trials is back out, it was fun to watch the team Twitch where you can see all three players. That was really cool.
There was a team Twitch, was there?
Yeah, so you can look at Vlad, and his other two fire team members are smaller windows on there, and you can see all three of their point of views. It's really cool.
That's really good.
That's fancy.
It's sort of what I built myself with the YouTube streamers that you were doing or whatever we were doing. Good job on Trials last week too. That was total domination. I couldn't believe it.
By
I
the
can
other
hear
team.
your cynicism, and I don't appreciate it.
Look, it was a good practice run.
It was awesome.
It was fun.
Great.
It was
3 wins.
Yeah, it was a good map. We got the scout rifle. Yeah, we're not good at this. We just are somewhat persistent. Just like a hard light bullet bouncing around the corner.
It gave hope. It gave hope to the vast majority of us that are not good at this. You can go in there and have fun as long as you don't get yelled at by your own fire team.
Well, even that's quite
I
fun.
get tilted, man.
To some point.
Sorry, I don't mean it. It's just the rage takes over. It's not like I'm doing it on purpose.
But it's not like it's not like I didn't give you any clue to start off with. My first words to you was that I was going to run off ahead. So you knew what was coming, yet you still asked, "Where's Demon going? Where's he gone?" Oh my god! It's like
every single match. Why is he up there? Remember the thing he's been doing like for the past 2.5 hours? Yeah,
and
he's still doing
killed? That. Yes. Stop doing the thing that's not working. For God's sake, man.
He's not peeking, he's charging. It's different.
Yeah.
Peeking is much more timid. Charging is, forceful and
then getting upset when I get one banged in the head, even though I've got an overshield on and 100%.
It's true. It's true.
It should have lasted longer.
You think that was frustrating? I was in the party but muted the whole time because there were things that had to be said, but nobody wanted to hear them.
The voice of reason didn't want to come through at that point.
So what you're saying is next time we try to do this, we need you there as a coach to be like, all right, losers, here's what you need to do better.
Actually, because I don't, would it be cheating? Because I can see all of the screens, right? If you're all streaming. I could make the call-outs that are otherwise unavailable.
There we go. All right, new plan. Blue, you're in charge of call-outs. The rest of us run around screaming in terror.
You guys just run.
I think we pretty much did that. There was a lot of running in terror.
Well, no, we're adding call-outs. We're just saying.
Okay.
Yeah,
they're behind you. They're behind you. Run faster.
Behind you. In front of you. What do you mean? I don't know.
I'm over here. Resmi, I'm over here.
It was a ton of fun. It was very entertaining, and not just for those of you doing it that got the rewards, but I'm glad you guys committed to doing that thing and pulled it off. It was fun.
It was fun. I had a really good time with it, and now I've got loads of footage for these next couple of weeks because I have no time to play, which is great. So everyone go watch this week's terrible podcast of last week gameplay featuring Respawn. You can watch his gameplay, which is totally uncut. So Respawn, I hope there's nothing embarrassing in the first hour and a half of it because it's all up there now.
Most likely.
It's all you, buddy.
We are talking about me.
Next time we do go on Twitch, there'll be an extension. You can see what terrible loadouts that we're running and laugh and send us messages laughing at us. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure there'll be people maybe who listen to the podcast this week and go, oh, hey, you guys streamed Trials last week? Yeah, we did for 3 hours. It was horrifying.
Hey, guess what? Now I have something to listen to. Yay!
But it just proves the reason why we don't do streaming. You know, we're not the kind of people that you want to watch to get tips from. We're the kind of guys that need the tips from the other guys.
I mean, no, there's different kinds of streamers, right? Like,
and then ignore the tips and still do what we're gonna do.
Exactly.
You watch Hush for the entertainment, right? Assuming you know who Hush is.
The Gambit Bow. Okay, so I know Telesto has gone sentient. Has the Gambit Bow now also gone sentient? Because this is a bad
precedent.
Yeah, bad precedent. We're going with here.
If you're looking for a laugh and watching Destiny, the Jez and Hush are two very entertaining YouTubers. They're not there to give you tips or tricks or anything like that. They're just there to have a good time, and that gives me the feel good feeling. So, I mean, you know, if you'd like to watch us to enjoy our misery and that entertains you, then yeah, you know, I wouldn't mind streaming a little more often if that's what pleases, you know, the vast majority of sycophants out there.
No, it doesn't.
Do you have many sycophants?
Well, I mean, I can't say over the air because police are watching.
And I'll link the Jez's channel in the show notes and Hush's as well. Yes. If you're interested in going checking those guys out. So, light makers and light breakers. With the return of Trials of Osiris, players have a fresh opportunity to put some new accomplishments on display. You may have seen a few Guardians in the wild flaunting stat trackers with their flawless passage count or the number of Guardians they've defeated. By using specific emblems granted from the flawless chest, players can earn unique stats as they complete more passages within the activity. We also introduced a way for Guardians to identify themselves as light makers or light breakers. And we went over that last week with the different colours, didn't we? The white and the red. And I think we've seen quite a few YouTube videos with a lot of them flaunting their red Trials weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Light makers, with that Light for the Lost emblem equipped, help Guardians to earn their first ever flawless passage. You can be identified by white glows on your flawless armour. And light breakers, with this flawless Empyrean emblem equipped, reach 7 wins on a passage and then continue winning matches, and you can be identified by a red glow on your flawless armor. Oh, so you have to equip the emblems. Oh, so it's much like the Nightfall ones that we've got, isn't it? If you equip the Nightfall one, you can get the brown around your head kind of thing. Okay.
So let me get this right. You have to get 7 wins and not turn in the card, put that card at risk, and just go punish kids to get this red glow. Is that right? Is that the idea?
Yes.
So we're celebrating that. Okay.
Yes.
Very good.
We're telling people you can do it at least. I mean, people are going to do it anyway. At least you'll know.
I mean, Bungie. Yeah, Bungie's saying that we want to give extra recognition to the people who got in there, got their stuff, and are just staying around, not starting a new card. I get it.
But Bungie knows where its bread and butter is. Bungie has been salivating at Trials coming back because, you know, again, I haven't looked at Twitch this weekend, but I'm sure it's putting Destiny right back up there at the top of the games again, like it did in D1. You know, a lot of people have said, you know, Trials is what saved a lot of D1 because it brought the game, you know, especially in the age of content droughts and things, which we haven't had in D2 really. But it gave people a reason to watch Destiny. Be tuned into Destiny every single weekend for months and months on end. So I'm sure they're not too disappointed at Trials'
we're skipping kind
return.
of an important thing here, right? So when you're scamming across, you know, LFGs and this and that and the other, you had a bunch of people charging money to take people flawless, right? Like, hey, you know, I'll take you flawless for X amount of money. Here's my PayPal, whatever, right? But with this emblem, it sounds like it's kind of encouraging people to run people's flawless without, you know, necessarily the monetary gain, right? I mean, that's what I'm getting out of this.
Well, I think there'll still be those people that will try and profit from this.
Yeah,
but you will still have the genuine people that want to actually help. And, you know, by showing the right emblem, and a lot of people will hopefully be wearing the right emblem. Yeah, I think it's just another way of identifying those people that are out to help or out to hinder.
Yeah, I mean, I'd much rather have them get these cool things than a gun like Luna's Howl that I can never get, and it will always kill me from across the room.
Luna's Howl is not hard to get, man. Not forgotten, but Luna's
whichever.
Howl,
yeah, this is cool.
They can always not wear the emblem and just stop players in their tracks anyway. You know, they just get the extra glow.
Worked great against us last weekend, so no matter what emblem they were wearing, much better.
Yeah.
Right.
It says, please note, in order for the emblem to track their associated stats correctly, players must have the emblem equipped when completing their respective requirements. They'll be highlighting some of these great light makers and light breakers among your future articles, so get to it. So let's just have a quick chat about the season so far, because we don't normally kind of discuss how we're feeling and how everything's going. And I only want to do this because we don't, not really. Not this early in the season anyway. And the only reason I'm asking is because there's been a few like YouTubes, Reddits, etc., saying there's not much to do this season. But I'm really enjoying myself. Yeah, I'm having fun doing the Seraph Towers, the Seraph Bunkers. It's really nice to actually get back out and do nightmare hunts and do stuff that I haven't worried about doing to get my light up. You know there's a few tricks and things to boost your light, and saying that Cheese Forever has a video which is about 30 minutes long of all the different tips and tricks that you can do to boost your light up to 1,000. So I'll link that in the show notes. But as somebody that actually just likes playing Destiny, and I think the thing is, even when I do reach like the 1,000, I'm just going to have fun playing with my friends at that point, going back and maybe helping them complete a quest, going off and doing certain things. Like me and Blue still have got to do our Outbreak Prime, the upgrade for it, the Catalyst. So we've got that
let
to
me
look
in on
forward.
that too, because I've been doing that too.
But there's things like that. You can go back and help do raids. We can have raid nights and things like that. So there's so much to actually do with your friends. I think a lot of people are missing the trick of not actually just kind of working together. It's a lot of I'm off doing this thing and getting my light up, and I'm bored, constantly doing strikes, constantly doing this and that. And I just wondered how you guys felt.
I think it is great. The larger gap in light led to more fun in running around and doing all of those activities over and over again. And I got to 1,000 light, and it felt like it was worth doing. And it's great to have that extra power, and the bunkers all filled up so I can throw out the large frames and other things to help friends clear the bunker. And I'm not out of stuff to do. I mean, there's just a ton, and I haven't stepped into Trials, and I haven't gotten into the raid. But to complain that there's not enough to do. I can't even see where they're coming from.
You're just not looking hard enough.
But I think they may just be bored of having to redo strikes that they've done for the last 3 years to then get their light up. But I think the point is, if you are playing with friends, you're having fun. Like Blue and I 2-manned the dungeon this week just so that we could get some more higher powered drops. We didn't do the final boss, but we got as far as the final boss to save that for Pinnacle.
Just ran out of time,
Doing that plate that lights up and you've got all those ads just firing at you while somebody goes off and gets a ball to dunk was fantastic. It was really good fun. It was really hard. And yeah, it's things like that I think that are enjoyable. Parody, what do you think?
I as I discussed last week, have gone from having loads of time to play to next to no time to play. So we're 3 weeks in. I've been honestly sort of surprised that I'm level 20 on the season pass already, because I don't feel like I've had that much time to play. I've played maybe 10 hours in the season so far, maybe a little bit more than that. Well, I guess maybe a little more with our 3-hour stream the other day. But yeah, I mean, I'm at 9, just barely at 980 light, and yeah, I feel like there's loads to do because I haven't even set foot into half of it yet. I mean, again, we played Trials last week, and I'm really looking at Iron Banner coming back. Yeah, I really appreciate Destiny because I can sit down and say, okay, I have an hour to play in the evening. I can go clear my bunker. I can go, pick up something else. I can go play a couple Trials game or a couple Crucible games. I can go do some things, and I feel like I'm making progress, which is really nice to be able to sit down and say, you have an hour. Of that hour, you have maybe 40 minutes of that of actual game time. That's not sitting and waiting for things to load. Yeah. But it's really nice to actually be able to sit down and make a little bit of progress. Say, okay, here's at least something I can do to make a little progress each day. So I've really been enjoying that, just sort of sipping the Destiny content as opposed to just having an all-you-can-eat buffet like I had the last 2 seasons, where I was, sitting at 1,000 light already and done a lot of the harder content. I've just never lost Sector. Again, halfway through my quest for the Fourth Horseman. I've just been doing that as I've been, I completed my first Seraph Tower today. I ran around with Panoramics earlier this morning and then Blue right before we got on the podcast. And actually, this is the first day I completed a Seraph Tower. I done probably 4 or 5 in the past and just never got through it because we didn't have enough people, there weren't high enough light, or we didn't know what we were doing, or a combination of all three.
Yeah.
So it's, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the new things to do and that it's a new activity. It still sort of suffers from the escalation protocol problem of, we've had a couple people this morning who were just standing there doing nothing, but clearly in the activity, like right on top of a tower, but just standing there idle the entire time. It's like, yes, I know you would just want your reward to do nothing. Fine, at least help out a little bit. I get it. If you have to go enter your door, I don't expect everyone to sit at their controller all the time. Especially in things like that. That's not match made or anything, but at least help out a little bit. It's irritating. But yeah, no, but it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed the content, and I really enjoyed the new season. That it's again, Trials is the big draw. That's the big thing. If you thought they were going to bring back Trials and 7 new things, you're out of your mind. That was the thing they've been gearing up for, and they're making sure that goes well. Because if they had launched that half baked, and if they had launched the Warmind content and this new thing and this new thing, and they all came out half baked and super buggy and super glitchy, it would have been a huge problem.
That's a great point. I mean,
I'm glad that they, just rolled it back a little bit and said, Trials is back. Trials is the focus. Yes, there's some stuff for you PvE people to do, but you PvE folks, we've all had stuff to do forever. The PvP folks have had nothing for years. So don't, you can only complain so much about
the opportunity to kill each other multiple times. Okay.
Right. But I'm saying, this is the top level content. If you're
there's no
PvP
to kill.
And Trials is the thing you come for. I mean, my team and friends who stepped away from the game months ago are back for this. Like, this is the thing that will bring the PvP community back together, and will bring people who want to play for PvP a reason to play every weekend, that have been through comp and been through whatever. So I'm happy that they're focusing on that part of the game again, because we've had such a glut of content on the PvE side forever. It's nice to see the PvP side get some love.
Yeah,
and just slow down so hopefully they can bug fix.
Is it though? I was thinking, with Trials out, PvP is going to be easier. No. Whenever I play non-Trials, it's like there's even more sweaties now. Just go play Trials. Go do something that I'm, not doing.
So, Hunter Master Race, what's your take on this season so far?
I don't have any.
You've had all this time to think about your answer. We get to you, and it's
there's a season that's out now.
No, it's like last season. Only it was harder to get the materials to upgrade the quote unquote towers, right? The Seraph bunkers. I was not a fan of that, and I'm also not really a fan of the weapons that we have to choose from this season per se. I did get a very good roll.
Hold it, Blue. I know you want to say something about weapons.
But other than that, I'm just kind of meh about this season. I do want to do Trials with a group of people, a different group of people. I'm joking.
No. Why is that? You're saying we're not up to the task of being flawless Trials players?
Neither am I. If we're gonna be fair about it. But that's the point. I want somebody to carry me, not me to carry other people. But no, this season's not bad. I did actually have a lot of stuff to do as far as like grinding things, because there's so much content that I even forgot to do things until I got on my hunter. I'm like, okay, well, I've done all these things on my other 2 characters. My hunter's still not as high as I want.
I thought you said you were just going up on one character. I thought that was boast was that you were getting to 1,000 on just one character.
He's had to relent. You did last podcast. You've had to relent, haven't you?
No. I still only am at 1,000 on one character.
You've used other characters to help.
I didn't know you were a lawyer. That's awesome. You got a lot of skill sets.
Yeah, no. One character is only at 1,000. That is true. There's been no fibbing in that regard. But no, even after I got to my hunter, I was like, there's got to be other stuff to do. Holy crap, I forgot all about the 2 powerful weapons you get from doing the freaking forges, right? Because how long has it been since people have done forges? And I was like, holy crap, I can get 2 powerful weapons from the forges.
Well, the bunker sent us back in there. The place that you're not impressed with has several game modes. It's got an economy. You get to decide your strategy for building the bunker up. You get to collect those materials. You got to clear the bunker. You get to go into the legendary lost sector. I think the bunker's great, and the roles are cool. They're
cool,
and it's
cool is not what I'm complaining about. They have cool roles. They're just not very good ones.
I think it's RNG. There's some really good roles, and last season we stood in the tower and just plunked coins into the slot machine until we got all the guns we wanted.
I know
this is going to take a little longer, but the thing that I'm really into right now is these new mods and how you can use those cells, and it's just a blast. So take a look at the last slot in your new armor, and there's all kinds of good fun there that you are going to end up using these weapons for.
Because all my strong armor is from 2 seasons ago, so I can't even utilize the mods from this.
You must have got some worthy armor, and you must have got some of the new armor. Don't lie.
No. You got to help the guy out. You look at the bottom of the armor, and there's a number at the bottom. You want a big number down there.
Yeah, I know. So far, none of those numbers are bigger than what I've already got.
That's hard.
Smart asses. No, I know. It's just that my armor from 2 seasons ago is still stronger than anything I've gotten this season or last season, in fact. So I do not get to partake in the new armor mods. Not yet. I'm going to be that guy. Oh, well.
Aww.
Yeah. 'Tis a shame. But no, the rolls on the auto rifle, like, you know how, like, you can get, like, Wombo combos and whatnot, right? Like kill clip and this and that and the other. You don't get that with this armor set. That's what I'm referring to. You know, you can get some good rolls on there, granted, but there's no, hey, I got this roll on this slot, and if I get this roll on this slot, then it's like a god roll. Except it's not, because you can't get,
because we've discussed this with Luke Smith's Director's Cut Part 4, that they're changing the weapons and retiring some of the old weapons. So they're trying to move the weapon system forward so that when Kill Clip and Outlaw comes back in maybe a new form or a different form in guns a couple of seasons down the line, and those old guns you can't use in the top tier thing, you'll be happy that those have come back. And maybe these Seraph weapons will come.
I didn't know why he was doing it. I know why they're doing it. It doesn't make me happy, Doesn't make me happy that you can't get Wombo combos anymore just because they're changing the weapons up.
Well, no, you may still get Wombo combos, but they're different Wombo combos.
Well, tomato, potato.
Now, when you say Wombo combo, I think of a hunter throwing a smoke grenade and then a smoke bomb, then a grenade at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Is there a different Wombo combo? Because that's all I hear when you say that. I think you're some other synergy, but that's all I hear. Because you can still do that.
Yeah. Yep.
Look, you can say synergy if you want to be a pleb, and that's fine.
I'm just saying, you hunters need to figure out what you're calling. You need to have a big meeting, decide on some terminology, or we're going to look at you like you're dumb.
Not representative of the whole hunter race. I am just the best one of them. Okay.
Okay. See, I'm quite excited for the fact of getting to rank 100 in my pass and seeing what I get from beyond that, because in past 12s they've said go past 100 in your season pass and you'll get some kind of reward. I'm quite interested to see what you're going to get. What do you mean no?
No, I mean, yeah, you got some kind of reward, but I can't think of a single thing really that dropped after 100 in the last 2 seasons that were worthwhile.
No, but they've put something. They've said that there's going to be something.
Oh, did they foresee? I probably glossed over that
because why they've removed the whole pay to progress on the thing. You notice you can't pay silver to level up anymore, or at least the icon for me is gone.
Well, no, you couldn't.
That was only there. That was only there at the end of the season for the last 2 seasons. Yeah, they did that as a catch-up mechanic.
Nice.
We've talked about this on a podcast.
We probably have. That doesn't mean
there's a podcast
somewhere.
We've talked.
Yeah. Somewhere. Somehow.
Yeah, there's Ibantes was on one of them last weekend or so. So I mean, I know they exist.
See, at the moment, I'm sitting at rank 72, so I'm nearly there at 100.
Yeah. Speaking of which, you said something about I can't wait until I get to 1,000, Mr.
100.
No.
Oh, the 1,000.
When you were talking about light level, I was like, Mr. I can't wait when I get to 1,000, and I can help my friends out with activities. I'm thinking back to a week ago when I messaged the two of you going, okay, what light level are you guys at? Because I've had exactly 2 hours to play or something before our trials run. And Respawn's like, I'm at 975 or 980, whatever. I get a screenshot from you that's like 1,005. I'm like, yep, checks out. Okay, he's the same person. He's not been replaced.
But no, that was with the artifact power. I'm talking.
Right. Sorry, that's
normal light power.
My normal light power, I think, is only like 990.
Like blue screen.
Yeah.
Blue screen at 4,069 right now, or whatever. Blue's like, hold on, get on my back. I'll take you through this content. You just stand there in the corner and hide.
Did you see the backpack emote?
No,
I did not.
I must own it. You're gonna love it. You will love it. It's awesome.
What is your light, Blue?
My light is what is my light? Let me take a look.
You were like 1,012.
1,012.
At least on display with the thing.
1,012. But that's all
Blue,
PvE stuff. That's
Blue and Night Team are just gonna carry us to victory over here in something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm at 1,008. I'm not too far behind you.
You're not behind at all. It's like anybody that's in the 900s can play any content they want in this game.
Yep. And I really want to get with this Iron Banner for smelting more iron, and I just want to continue to tease Night Demon about his 2,500 iron kills that he had on his emblem that he would put on every Iron Banner, and then Bungie said, "I'm taking those away." Although, I mean,
100 things they're going to add back, and they're not adding that one back. The only one anybody wanted.
Because he's the only one who actually did it. although it does seem like seem super weird though. And I saw someone else make the point on Twitter this week, and I can't remember now who it was. You took all these stats, and for the last 2.5 years of this game, and then just without so much as a mention, so much as a tease, just to go, oh yeah, we're trashing all the stats you had on all your emblems before, and now we're giving you this subset of emblems. Enjoy. Like, it just seems like, again, I mean, it's not like a game-breaking thing. It's not like, an actual content change. But it's just like, here's a thing, you talk about having those hero moments and, striving towards something. You strive towards something like, say, 2,500 Iron Burden kills. That's when I gave up on and said, no, I'm not doing that. And I do a lot of stupid things. And then just to take a lot of these achievements away without so much as a tease or a mention or anything, it's like, it just seems like, again, of all the issues the game is having and could have, this is very low on the list. I get it. Like, it's not Telesto blowing things up again. But it just seems like a weird, like, you just, like, read the room a little bit. Just like,
I agree.
We're bringing this to the team. We're talking to the community. I'm like, maybe just float this by a couple people first and go, maybe this is something you should at least think about, or just say, hey,
community. Am I part of that community? I didn't hear about this.
And they literally changed the mechanic. You don't get the benefit from having that extra glow over your head with your winning scores. And they didn't tell anybody that I'm aware of. But I think that Bungie's
none of us normal people.
Yeah, Bungie's got to get really high marks for this. I think it's a great season, and for the launch of Trials, which has so much attention. Is there a lot? I mean, it's mostly positive feedback, right? The skill players feel like they can skill gap it.
I think so, yeah.
And to say nothing of this, like, they're doing all of this while working remotely, while not in their normal place. Like, they're, no one's at the Bungie offices.
That's a hard thing to do. When you're deving, you're in your own little cubicle anyway, man.
Right, yeah, but you're used to having your tool set up and your number of screens and whatever and everything, being able to reach over and walk over to someone and having that interaction, I imagine, is a little more important. You're not just like sitting in your own little world programming into an editor all day.
Corona-19 is going to change the world. It is, because there's actually an opportunity for more efficiency. It's real.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing all this while having to then deal with their kids being home all day and dealing with, working at home and dealing with, all the other stresses that are going on in the outside world, other than, hey, this game we make, people, I'm salty on Reddit about my game that you're making and not being good enough. There's other things to worry about. Like, I think they've done a phenomenal job with all the things that we as a country and a world are dealing with right now, and continuing to put this game out and have it be such a high quality. And yeah, there are some issues, there are some bugs, but I mean, I haven't seen anything super game breaking. Yeah, I think like the Outbreak, Prime Quest, and Whisper is sort of broken right now, but that content's sold anyway. Let it be broken. Who cares? Like leaving Wishender super broken over the last Christmas and holiday break. Fine. Like, you're not really breaking anything. Again, if it's a PvE thing that's broken, leave it broken for a while. People really enjoy that. Like Laser Tag Weekend. when it gets into PvP, especially with Trials, that's where people are going to start really screaming about it. So yeah, I agree with you. I think they've done a phenomenal job with the season so far, and just keeping the trains running, keeping everything on track while dealing with huge shifts in life.
Yep. Anybody else get knocked out of the tower a bunch, and I wasn't able to even like people were all grayed out, and it turned out it was an Xbox issue, and I was thinking, well, everybody's stuck at home. Like, I want to see the chart of how many people are on Xbox and PlayStation.
Right.
Like, those systems have got to be overwhelmed.
Yeah, it's a good thing these games don't require a lot of bandwidth, to play at home. Like, the stream is only like, not much, but yeah, everyone turning their Xbox online and hitting those servers at the same time. I'm glad I don't work for any sort of data center at Amazon, Microsoft, Sony, anything like that right now, because I feel sorry for the guys at Zoom and WebEx running around trying to frantically keep things online, because you want to talk about a crush. But anyway,
the entire educational system of the country is on Zoom now. It's amazing.
Right. So not to derail too far, there's an Iron Banner bow, our only pinnacle weapon this season, which we haven't even mentioned. We're getting one pinnacle weapon this ritual weapon. We're not pinnacles anymore. Ritual weapon this season is an Iron Banner bow. Respawn, hot takes.
It's not here yet. Don't know.
But are you excited?
Look at the picture.
Does it look pretty? It's not going to have a catalyst. We know that.
Yes, the rolls on it I'm not super stoked about, but I'll see how it is in play.
You know what I'm stoked about?
What are you stoked about?
It's Iron Banner, baby. I love myself some Iron Banner.
Well, hey, okay, let's have a survey here. What do you think the incredibly annoying seasonal unlock is going to be? It was rockets last time.
Oh.
No,
linear fusion rifles.
Don't have any. Yes, actually, yes, because the damn
linear fusion rifles.
The Komodo, man. Yes,
nailed it.
I think you might be right.
Yeah, but the real question is, what gun are they going to tell you to use? What images are going to have on it? And then what do you actually need to use to complete the step?
You're going to need to do linear fusion rifles.
I'm going to need you to get the 3 for 3 on this.
But you're going to have to use
any 2 is not enough.
What did you say, Respawn?
I said it's going to have a picture of a linear fusion rifle. You're going to have to use it's going to say you need a sword, but you're going to have to use a scout rifle.
Oh, yeah. I forgot it did that last
time. I think they're just going to have us run around with swords the entire time. Have to load 3 swords in our inventory and have it be sword only.
That at all. Yo, swords
apparently
this season. That is my favorite thing about this season is the freaking sword changes. I was reluctant at first until I got my hands on it, and it's like,
oh no, it's blissful.
Infinite light swings. Excuse me, yo.
Yeah, that's been stupidly fun. Like just mowing through some mod. And again, I haven't stepped foot in the Gambit yet because I keep hearing it so broken. Though Blue tells me it's less broken now, at least for him.
Yes,
but I really want
no, back up.
I really want to take the sword into Gambit and just yeah. Blue says things. Blue has gone into Gambit. Things are going off the rails, and the world's tilting on its axis when Blue sets foot willingly into Gambit.
No,
it's not the loots.
You're making it up. Blue is making it up. Somebody is playing with my emotions right now. I say things that.
So apparently, Bungie announced earlier today that artifact power will be disabled in Iron Banner as well as it is in Trials.
Oh,
so don't worry though, you'll still have the opportunity to put your pinnacle power on display. So if you still have got over 1,000 with getting your pinnacle rewards, then it's good. So there'll only be, if you can get to 1,000, there'll only be like a light difference between 10. That's the maximum for anybody else that's kind of maxed out their armor. Which is quite nice.
Not armor. Did anybody else notice, like in PvP now, the light gap is like more substantial? Okay, that came up.
Gappy?
No.
So things are hitting you as hard as you would be hitting them.
No, I mean like in PvP, like you can be like 40 light below somebody and it not make a big difference, but we're playing Trials and we're like 10 light below some guy and he doesn't get one shot by a sniper. I'm like, what?
You're using the wrong sniper then.
I suppose I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think there's a bigger range in the snipers this season after the changes they put in. I don't know what they are because snipers, but Yeah. Basically, you just need your Revoker and your Hard Light. That's all you need to run with Trials.
I was using Revoker and Hard Light.
Well, you're not doing it right then, because that's what everybody else was using too.
Yeah, but no, I was sticking people in the head. That one match.
I'm sorry.
He had like 10% of his health left.
He mentions that one match, during the entire, first, second, and third hours.
Yes, the collective.
All the matches, really.
Y'all can't ask me what I just said, man. I forget things. Stop doing this to me.
You just said the one match, and Blue's like, what do you mean the one match?
Oh.
There was all the matches.
I see. Yeah, I can't argue with that.
It's more of a spiral down.
I yelled out because I was upset because I shot him in the head and showed the crit, hit, but he still had like a small portion of his health left. It didn't fully kill him. And that's when I realized the light inside of Trials, it means a lot. 10 light in Trials.
You just now got this?
Do you have a resilience build? Do you have a resilience build, Respawn?
I do, but I don't use it. I use recovery.
Yeah, so I mean that's very meaningful too.
Yeah. But no, even him though, when he must have had like 101, 2, 5 resilience, something. I don't know. It was ridiculous for him to survive that sniper shot.
Yes. Yeah. You're not supposed to get hit in the head with a Revoker and live. I will not argue that point.
Yeah.
We were definitely seeing some people around 1,000, 1,500 tens at our measly 970, 980 range. So I'm sure that and the gap with some resilience, it may have been just enough to do it. But yeah, I'll be curious to see if people put out some numbers on like, hey, in Trials, I'm this level, he's that light level. Let's see, see what the numbers, the damage numbers show is different. Of course, you can't do all the variables with the resilience, but at least I'd be curious to see how much it actually matters versus that and say elimination, or if it's all the same.
Yeah. The problem is in private matches, you can't scale your light. So it has to be,
right.
You have to contact the enemy team to find out, if they don't mind helping you with working these out. Then you've only got like a couple of minutes each round. It's very hard to kind of gauge that at the moment anyway. Yeah.
It's worth mentioning as we've talked about Trials and Iron Banner, that little baby hotfix we got earlier this week, the 2.8.0.1 on March 19th. So that was 2 days ago as we record this. That is the fix that your artifact power is now disabled for Trials and Iron Banner. So again, right before Iron Banner comes out and right before the second week of Trials come out, they did push that patch out. So props to them for getting that patch out quickly. And it also, the missing hidden triumph for the Almighty Seal can now be seen. So if you've been hunting that, that's the other thing this patch did. That's it. So 2 fixes on a little baby hot fix.
Topic about those fixes right before.
And we'll link that in the show notes, even though there's 2 things to read, but I'll link it anyway.
Before anybody calls me out on it, I still would prefer all light be enabled in those pinnacle activities, right? Even though I would like to refer you back to about how much light matters.
Yes, referring back to last week's Trials match.
I would like to refer you to twitch.tv/no one respawns in real life and just watch the 2 Titans and a Hunter stream from last week. Tune in about say an hour and a half in. That should be about a good starting point for you.
My life rough. I still think it should be enabled for those that have actually put the time to grind.
So let's have a little chat about this bow that we're going to be getting from Lord Saladin next week.
Salad bow!
There's going to be a smelting. I know you did. There's going to be a smelting light quest that you'll be challenged to capture zones and defeat opponents with a collection of weapons on your journey to earn the point of the stag. And I can tell you what the quest steps are.
I need to know.
Okay. Super smelting is the first part. During Season of the Worthy, defeat opponents, capture zones, and land super final blows in the Iron Banner.
This is amazing.
Woo! Let's do it.
Part 2. Again, during Season of the Worthy, complete matches, capture zones in the Iron Banner. Also, land final blows using a hand cannon.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Let's go.
Step 3. Heat the barrels. During Season of the Worthy, so that just
capture
means
zones.
You don't have to do it next week when Iron Banner's on. You can do it in, I'd say we get 3 Iron Banners per season. So you've got the whole of that season to do it. So defeat opponents, capture zones, and then land final blows using a submachine gun.
Ooh, let's go, everybody.
Harness the elements. Defeat opposing guardians with your super, capture zones, and get final blows with fusion rifles.
Man, you had me at opponents, bro.
No. There's another step. Step 5: sharpen the arrows. So during Season of the Worthy, complete matches, capture zones in Iron Banner. Also, land final blows using a drum roll,
Bow!
please. You can't just shout it out. Drum
It's
roll.
a bow! I said a bow! It was me! I said it! Haha!
You guys know I can put in a drum roll. I'm just doing that for effect.
Yeah, we're doing our best.
Ours is better.
But in the moment, we're helping.
Okay.
Completely agree.
Respawn.
It's a bow!
It's a bow!
What? It's a bow! I didn't think.
But it won't have a catalyst, but it is a bow.
Oh.
Your heresy is not
I didn't even give
amusing.
it a second.
unless they give it a legendary catalyst. Mm-hmm.
It says bow, but as Respawn said, it will be a picture of scout rifle, and it will have to be
You have to use a sword.
sword kills. Yeah, just watch out for that last step.
Yeah.
Step 6 is polish the armor and return to Saladin to collect your loot.
That means kill people with your armor. Yes! Titan shoulder charge!
Shoulder charge.
Yep. We got this. Watch your movie of the week clips this week for some hints on how to best to do that.
Right.
Iron Remembrance armor set will also make their return, upping the armor to 2.0 standards. You have the opportunity to earn some pinnacle power rewards by completing weekly bounties. Additionally, Iron Banner armor pieces have the chance for higher stat rolls from bounties, vendor packages, and post-game drops. And it begins at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on March 24th and runs through to 10 a.m. on March 31st.
Earn your honor, Guardian.
So that's Tuesday reset to Tuesday reset in your local time zone, as
Yes,
always.
indeed.
And it's also just always worth mentioning Iron Banner. If you're looking to get your light level up, get your more powerful drops, Iron Banner is a fairly easy place to do that because everything you're going to get once you do the quest is going to be higher light and at least hopefully better chances this season at just straight number rolls. I think they said they're going to have the drops be numerically better rolls than the garbage we were getting the last 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be sitting grinding through that because I will need the light boost, and also I just love Iron Banner, and I can look like a samurai even better now.
Yes. Samurai with
It is one of my favorite armors. The gold and the brown. Yeah. I got some really good rolls on the old 1.0 that I've still got. It's quite.
I know you do. They're going to keep forever.
Are you telling me that you have things in your vault that are irrelevant? What?
This is an armor set that
they're not
almost looks
not
good
irrelevant.
enough.
They're relevant, my friend.
There's some cool builds you can do.
Yeah.
This is an armor set that almost looks good enough. I don't want to put a shader on it.
Yo,
almost.
Honestly, listen. I think.
You think something?
Demon here is a closet Bungie dev, right? Because he keeps all these things.
He's houndish. We've been over this.
Well,
right.
Houndish
Have you ever watched one of Fallout Plays' videos? He hoards everything. That boy hoards just as much stuff as I do.
He can't hoard everything.
Between us,
he's only got the same amount of vault space you do.
No, between us, I think we've got 2 vault spaces, and that's it. One for moving stuff around. That is it. We're very, tight on what we delete.
I'm having a real vault problem right now.
See?
Aren't we all?
No, not really. I toward the end of last season, I used Blue's D2checklist.com suggestion. I went through every gun I had in the vault. I assigned them a keep junk and fuse. I did those and cleared about 60 things out. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really keep armor. I have 2-3 armor sets for my Titan, maybe a full armor set for my Warlock, and the Hunter, we don't talk about him. And yeah, I've got, again, it's tight on space, but I've still got space left because I just don't keep things. Because I have enough spreadsheets in my daily life. I'm not going to play this game with a spreadsheet too.
No, that's the only way that you can play this game is spreadsheet. If you don't spreadsheet, you're a loser. That's it.
Yeah,
Yo,
I'm a loser. I'm a loser, baby. Why don't you kill me?
That's half the game. There's half the game you're not enjoying there.
I know, because I gotta play the other half.
And
that's
so
time
he
for
needs
this
to
season.
be able to enjoy the one half. He could make each half of it unenjoyable.
No, that's not how it works, Blue. It's
Oh, okay.
the 2 halves make a whole enjoyment.
I've always been a fan of it's like synergy and efficiency, but there's a line for me.
No, it's Blue.
I have to
it's
just
not called that anymore. It's called the Wombo combo now.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's only on weapons, man. Why y'all taking the words and putting it on everything?
You're the one who did that. You started it. We're just following your lead.
Combos are for weapons.
Everything's a Wombo combo.
This is what it feels like to lead.
They're for the rolls on a weapon. Y'all are taking it too far. It's not
Sometimes
amusing.
you just gotta.
It's not clever. It's not entertaining. Well, maybe it is.
It is. I want to go through the Bungie Foundation update.
They have one. They're doing good work. They gave like $1 million to Australia. They're giving large amounts of money, $160,000 to the Club of Bellevue that are now all staying inside. I got my Australia shirt in the mail just this week. So that was sort of, as we leave one, earth-shattering crisis in one country, now we move to the global pandemic. I've received my last shirt for this. So by the time we get to the next, globe-altering event, we'll have the shirt for this one. So see, you just keep buying the shirts. There'll be a shirt behind, and millions of dollars are going to good things. So,
it is cool that Bungie does have a philanthropic arm and that they are able to get players to participate in that. It's I've been thinking about it. This being semi-quarantined isn't going to affect us quite as much because we have a real social life that exists on our Xbox.
Yeah.
And they're leveraging that in a really meaningful way. There are people that are out there that are terrified and afraid, and there's so much bad information that I think it's good for them to keep shining light on things. I agree with everything that they've always said, and I also donate, though I told them I didn't want a shirt.
I will at least say, again, Bungie's Foundation, they did, raise $160,000 for the Boys and Girls Club of Bellevue up there in Washington State. They also raised just over $1 million, or 1.6 million Australian dollars, by selling about 75,000 of these possibly ugly, possibly beautiful shirts when that was going on. So again, it is nice to have a philanthropic arm, and it's nice to have a community that will, you can have the philanthropic arm, but if nobody, takes a part of it, it doesn't do a lot of good. So it's nice to see that, gamers are, putting their money where their mouth is. They're buying the content, but also saying, hey, let's toss some money where it needs to go to help people in need. So it's good. It's good to see that. It's nice to be part of that community as well.
Mm-hmm. And if you want to learn more about Bungie's fundraising efforts, you can visit the Bungie Foundation website, which we will link in the show notes.
At BungieFoundation.org. I refuse to read any more known issues. We know about all the issues. I'm done.
No.
Keep that door open, Zavala.
We've covered all the known issues.
No, you haven't covered all the known issues. And don't get out of your section. Your section.
I know it's honestly one of my favorite parts.
Music.
It's the music. Dun, 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 dun. It's good.
You have your own theme music. You have your own secret, your own special time to deliver your message to the viewers or listeners. Sorry, special message to the listeners.
They're sort of viewers. At least 6 or 7 of them are viewers.
Oh yeah, viewers on YouTube. Yeah,
we have 81 people that are subscribed to us. 6 of them may be my family members, but hey, we have 81 people out there that watch us and somehow suffer through my gameplay every week.
YouTubers don't have their families subscribed. Come on.
So apparently, if you are having issues with your Trials card, because there are issues with the Trials card this weekend, you should be getting your shotgun at rank 3. So that's your rank 3 rewards. Your auto rifle at 5. Your gauntlets at 7 wins. And then the flawless chest should be your chest piece. You can go on the Bungie website app on your phones, tablets, or go on to the Bungie.net, look under your account. And if it tells you that you can get the pinnacle rewards as part of Trials on that character, you should be fine. If it's missing, that's when you're having issues, apparently. So that's my known issue that I'm telling people about. So I will now hand you over to Parody, who will continue with other issues that are known in this game.
Hey, buddy. We have known issues. As 19 mentioned, we have known issues with Trials because it's new and it's going to have its issues, but they're not Telesto caused, at least as far as we know.
Telesto causes everything, sir. That is blasphemy.
You're probably not wrong. So, since the launch of the Season of Worthy, we have received questions regarding the flawless title for Trials of Osiris. So, the flawless title, which none of us will ever have, can be earned in the Season of Worthy as well as future seasons. All triumphs must be completed within a single season, though. So you have more than one season, but you must do it in one season. So if a player has completed some triumphs, but not all of them by the end of Season of the Worthy, you must re-earn those triumphs again next season. So if that's something you're going for, again, you must do it all in a single season. But you will have another chance if you miss it this season. Other known issues not relating to Trials directly. They are looking into these, again, various known issues. The ornaments for the Dune Marchers, Radiant Flux, and Crown of Tempest are not appearing in the Year 1 versions of the armor. Throw them away, get Year 2 versions. Demon, looking at you. The Raiju's Harness exotic chess piece allows for the infinite whirlwind guard usage. It's still disabled. They're working on a fix for it at a later date. Sorry, Hunters, you get a new armor piece. You got to play it. It's like Christmas morning, and your parents got you a new present, and they said, no, that's not for you. We're taking it back. You've been bad this year.
No batteries.
But no batteries. Yeah. Exactly.
There you go. We bought you this brand new Nintendo Switch, but there's no way to plug it in or power it. Sorry, sucks to be you.
Right.
They are investigating an increase in anteater, beetle, and beaver error codes. So yeah, all over the place. I know there were some tower issues the other day. We couldn't get into a tower for long enough to do anything. Only the character who unlocks the EDZ bunker. Yeah. Only the character who unlocked the EDZ bunker can use the PDS upgrade to clear the bunker. Other characters will receive an error. So no sharing, no caring. The Warden Servitor in Warden of Nothing is not counting as a fallen boss for strike bounties. So if you're trying to play Warden of Nothing to get your fallen boss kills, don't. So go do the other thing on that bounty, that something Crucible with some weapon, I'm sure. Yeah. They're also investigating crashes occurring for Game Boy players on PS4 and Steam. So I guess they fixed it for Xbox and now just PS4 and Steam. And Stadia is also good, which Google put on sale, but nobody cares because it's still Stadia. And Bungie Help does have a late-breaking update for, I guess people are asking about, issues where some players are not receiving their powerful rewards from their 3rd, 5th, and 7th win. Bungie Help says the Trials of Osiris weekly challenges will unlock at 5 p.m. Pacific on Saturdays, so players will have to wait until that time to play through Trials again to earn the rewards from these challenges. So the Trials challenges, you need to wait and play on Saturday evening for those of us here on the East Coast.
Wow.
Or Saturday night.
Every week, or is that just because of this issue?
At the moment,
clear.
It's going to be for the moment, for the next couple of weeks at least, until they can get a patch out.
Right, until they can fix it. So they have mentioned that. And again, as always, if anything, subscribe to Bungie Help on Twitter. Check out Bungie Help. Just sort of be aware of what's breaking in the game, because they're pretty good and pretty quick about getting things out. Once they confirm, yes, this is a bug or this is an issue, they'll tell you about it. They also are really good about telling you when the patches are coming out, when things are going down, when things are back up again. So as always, follow Bungie Help. Those have been our known issues, and there's more known issues out there, so go find them, make them known, and then they can be added to a list of things to fix.
Speaking of issues, I'm sure Respawn's got a few issues with Bungie.
I feel like you're trying to lead me in a direction, but I don't know what you have in mind.
The Respawn roundup.
You can lead this horse to water, but you cannot make him drink.
Respawn reads the roundup. Respawn's roundup report.
I don't think there was much of a roundup this week.
No, but I've posted some stuff for him to look at in the thing. If he hasn't got if there isn't anything in the Destiny roundup.
Aquatico, I wonder when that quote unquote future TWAB discussing the weapon perk pools and the lack. ...
We can't see more.
Yeah. Is that intentional?
So lack of something. But what does our good buddy Dylan have to say to
Dylan
Aquatico?
says, hey all, we're aware of the strong desire from players for Pursuit weapons to return for Vanguard and Crucible and Gambit. So I'm guessing they're talking about Pursuit weapons. Anyway,
virtual weapons.
Right? To return for these things. They are candidates for future weapon allocation in a future season. Note, can't make any promises yet, because why would you commit to anything?
He's not the guy that makes the promises, remember? That's Deej.
He brings things to the team.
Doesn't matter. It's
he
a
moves
tricky
one letter
act.
from there to there.
It's a tricky balancing act. As Pursuit weapons, and I've lost myself. could come at the cost of general rewards allocated for the alternate activities, aka legendary weapons for trials, as an example. I don't know why I said aka, because I didn't read far enough. That is why. Love it. Okay, we'll be sure to let you know our future plans when we have more information, as one does. Okay. Now, we are looking at the next little picture here, because I got pictures. This one is from
Gambit
Cosmo.
errors.
Gambit errors. I don't see Gambit errors. What do you see Gambit errors?
You skipped one.
Okay. So no timeline yet. The team is digging on crashes and error codes. There was a server-side change made, which reduced Gambit errors, but we're aware that many are still hitting issues within the activity. Stay tuned to Bungie Help for updates. We'll get them to you as fast as we can, but some of these issues can take time to investigate and fix. Yes, they can.
So yeah, less Gambit issues, but still Gambit issues.
Still Gambit is still an issue. Wait. Yes. Okay. I checked on the Warden of Nothing boss, and there's an issue with it not counting as fallen boss kill. We're preparing a fix for the update coming soon this season. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Sorry you haven't liked the D1 Exotics or Catalyst. We have released. Speaking of Catalyst! Still no Bow Catalyst! Bungie!
No, they don't want to know. They don't want to know. Carry on.
Catalyst!
Carry on.
Come on, I've got my cup up. I'm ready. I'm ready with my cup. I'm right here.
Sorry. Okay, no, hold on. I already yelled about that.
I'll
let the team know. Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. Drinking the drink.
Take a drink.
The Mythoclast, Necrochasm, or No Land Beyond in Destiny 2 in the future. Feel free to share what other exotics and catalysts you would like to see the most. Ha and Za.
The
We're
backup
currently
plans.
investigating, ding, 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 daily word, the issue with the Polaris lens as well.
I would like to see the no backup plans back,
Right.
and my Mythoclast, which had the best sound of any Destiny gun ever.
Okay, so Doomfang had an issue. Sorry.
Yeah, it did.
Doomfangs are broken again. Had an issue, which is the issue, which is a Bungie suggestion and a Bungie reply at our Destiny the Game, /.
Who are they replying to? Is it Chowderhead 03?
More like Gaiden. Apparently is the user's name. This has been broken since the season started. No mention of the bug whatsoever. Cosmo replied to this incomplete post that we cannot see. It says, sorry, I get a lot of pings and I must have missed it. I'll report this issue to the team today. Thanks.
See, we're not supposed to tell them the two things are broken. Shh, you've all ruined it for us.
Anyway. This is from Lamogamo. The Seraph SMG ornament removes its cell producing properties.
Just another reason. Don't put ornament on things. Problem solved.
Oh, goodness. Okay, anyway, no, that's not how you solve that problem. So, Cosmo has replied to this guy saying, we're investigating this now. Thanks for the report. And it looks like this is also affecting the new Seraph Shotgun. We have fixed plan for both items in the next update. That's amazing.
So, when you get the Seraph SMG and the Seraph Shotgun, don't put ornaments on them yet.
No ornamente. Ornamentamo bad
Auto rifle, probably fine.
I mean, if we're being honest here, if one's not working, what are the odds of the other one working?
Telesto. Those are the odds.
Every time you say Telesto, I have to put a Telesto.
Telesto.
I'm not saying it all the
Telesto.
time.
Telesto. Pause.
Don't tell us the secrets then.
Telesto. Pause.
And now we have a picture of the heir apparent machine gun.
Heavy machine gun, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
there is a heavy machine gun that has been leaked.
It has been leaked. It's been super leaked. And apparently when you shoot this gun on full auto, you get an arc shield to protect you if your health is full. What?
As opposed to tapping the trigger on your machine gun, because that's usually how I use them.
Well, you can snipe with those long range ones.
With this one, you are no
Granted.
longer tapping the trigger, my homie. You are in it for the biscuit, okay? You're going full on or nothing at all, bro. That's how this is going to work. You're going to press the trigger down as hard as you can. it's going to fire all of your bullets, and then you're going to get a shield while it does this, as long as you're at full health. But as soon as something hits you, you no longer get the shield, which is a little odd. Like, as long as you don't get touched, you get a shield. As soon as you get touched, you don't get a shield.
So no touches. Bad touch. You can skip the next one.
Skip the next one? Why?
Because I already read it.
Ah, okay.
I didn't realize he had stuck it in there. It's one about trials.
All of the trials. So many trials. Skipping ahead.
I think that's it for you.
No,
nope, there's one more. He's got one more.
Sir, don't you take my picture from me. Okay? That's right.
Reddit link.
Realize what you've done. Reddit link, right? Quick reminder that we are now on our third season, and Xur is selling collection stats armor.
So the British armor is collection stats.
Yeah, armor. It's important to say it like that because.
Oh, I put this in because I thought it'd be an interesting topic for us to discuss.
Okay. Long time ago, Bungie gave an excuse that this would help new light players obtain some exotics they didn't have, but it's been too long and would like to get some random stats armor for our black market dealer. Black market stuff shouldn't be collection stuff. Totally agree. What the hell is the point of a black market dealer if he's not getting you the black market stuff, bro? Come on, Destiny.
Because I wanted your feedback on this.
That's my feedback. It's the black market because it's supposed to be sketchy. Supposed to get the good stuff, man. The good stuff, man. Like, I got a heart transplant from a black market one time. Have not been disappointed since.
Don't joke about things like that.
Good price, too.
Yeah, so like I said, Xur no longer feels like Santa Claus. Xur is now your parents that got you the new toy on Christmas morning and no batteries for it. Or worse, they got you the same toy for your birthday they got you for Christmas. Same exact thing.
No, I mean, I totally agree with that.
Packaged an old video game and gave it back to you.
And I think we've discussed over the last couple of podcasts previous, haven't we, about what changes we'd like to see happen with Xur and what he could actually offer. But just starting with the roles, if he just offered better roles than what was it, one in your collection, and just random roles of maybe it's high in strength one week of something, that would make that armor piece exotic. You don't want like 2 strengths on the ACDC feedbacks. You want something that will help build into your loadout. You don't want these really naff rolls. There's no point in getting something that if you've got in the wild to drop or if that you can pull out of your collections that may slightly be better. So yeah, make him more relevant again for us players that have been playing the game over and over and over again.
Yeah, it feels like they just tossed it off for the new players to just get a terrible version that they would have to then find a better version of. They just didn't put any effort into it. It's low and weak.
Yeah, Xur serves exactly one purpose each new season. For the first 3 weeks, you can visit Xur. You can buy his faded engram with each of your characters. You will, by default, if you have all the other exotics, get the brand new exotic. So there's not even a grind or a quest for it, assuming you don't have it already. And then you never visit Xur again for the rest of the season.
Yeah, with a guaranteed bad roll on it.
Right, except, and now since we can change the affinity, I would visit Xur last season looking for that Solar Actium War Rig, but once I got one, no reason to it. Now that you can change affinities, no reason even to look for that.
I mean, he's still quite relevant with the Fated Engram because when you pull the Fated Engram, you still have a chance of a really high stat roll in an armor piece. As long as you've got everything else, it will drop an armor piece for that class. So you can still play that game, which is kind of still relevant. And towards the end of last season, I stopped doing it because I've got all the armor pieces that I needed. But I wanted to kind of then, like Parody was with the Actium War Rig, wanted a solar version. I've got a 1.0 armor version that I was using, but I wanted the 2.0. But now I'm going to be using the engrams to see if I can re-roll and get better stats in, the armor pieces. So I will be using it again, like I did this week.
So I did pop over to Xur while we were talking, and he gave me, I think, the 5th Ashen Wake I've gotten from him.
Oh, keep them. They're good this season.
Yeah, they're supposed to be good this season because that's when I, again, forgot even was in this game because why?
All valid
I don't know.
points, Parody. Thank
you. Fusion grenades. This is Arc season of the Arc, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
but I
if
think you can do some broken fusion builds with it too.
If you check the show notes from last week's podcast, Blue,
Okay.
Cool Guy had an Ashen Wake meta or flashbacks of how good it is with the fusion grenades. So yeah, check that out.
All right. I listened to the podcast. It was a good one.
So has anybody else got anything that they want to discuss about Xur?
No.
No.
Oh, good. Moving on to tips, tricks, guides, and builds this week. We have a few for you to check out. Starting off with Froggy. He's got another out of bounds map glitch into one of the Seraph bunkers. I just love watching his videos and listening to that smooth voice. Hello, this is Froggy here. It's just, I love it. So just go and check him out. And it's just a really nice video to watch. So go and check out Froggy's out of bounds match and get him some more views, because if he gets up there, it'd be good for him.
Just if you're gonna watch it, don't.
This will be edited out.
Yeah. What are you saying? You can't
you
say things
saying?
like that on the podcast.
I already did.
No, you didn't. You said
It's
it on the
gone.
recording. It's not
No
on the
one-
podcast.
Yeah, but no one but the four of us and Craig will ever know.
Yeah. So, also, Cheese Forever has quite a few videos this week. He has a Warmind Cell Arc Crazy glitch that you can go and check out. So that's using Arc weapons and things. So yeah, that's very interesting, seeing as this is the season of the Warmind Cells with the new builds that you can do.
I know we didn't make the cut for the videos, but the video that Bungie posted of that guy going flawless with a Titan torpedo down 2 or 3 turns and
it was
the whole team.
It's just beautiful.
It is
Brings
beautiful.
Brings a tear to my eye.
If there's any Titan in you at all, you got to watch that one. This is so nice.
Even Reese wanna
Aspirational.
watch it.
I won't be doing that, but oh Lord, it looked good.
Right.
So there is also a God Mode Sentinel glitch with the Titans that you can check out with by Cheese. It goes over what you can actually use it for, and yeah, so you can be invincible like the glitch that's already been out there. But I think this is jumping from a high height with your bubble, and it kind of glitches you out, but it still thinks you are in your super. So that's one to go and have a look at if you want to go and do some interesting stuff in PvE.
That's the word.
Next, we have, hot off the press, Hero has done a video on the best builds for using the Warmind cells. Now, I haven't actually watched this yet because it's literally been posted 3 minutes ago, but I was waiting for one of these videos to come up, and I've just checked it out that he's posted it. So this is going to be quite cool with the new mods that you can get from the new Warmind bunkers and the armor using the weapons. And Blues was telling me about it this week when we were playing, what he's looking for in his roles and things. So yeah, that's probably a good one to go and check out. I will check that one out after the podcast. Speaking of god rolls, EK or UKGene has a 7th Ceres submachine gun that you'd like you to check out. Now, apparently he was on stream and he was farming for a specific submachine gun with specific rolls, and he was looking for a Vorpal with 4th times the charm. And he was saying that people in the stream were saying, why do you want the 4th times the charm? Why do you want Vorpal? And he was trying to explain to people that for some reason that the Vorpal doesn't seem to work on the champions until they put up their shield. And with 4 times the charm, you can still shoot through the shield, hit a crit spot, and proc the 4th times the charm. And he shows you in the video exactly what he was speaking about. Yeah, go and check him out. That's a really good video. Right, Brave X Hero has got a video for hunters for trials, and it's maximum confusion. This is using the Gemini Jester pants for the hunter. So yes, and it works really well on the anomaly map this week, and you can use it through walls, and he shows you how he uses it in gameplay. Really interesting. And he also said keep an eye on this video and links in that video, because he's going to be posting some more builds for trials with other exotics over the next couple of days. So that's worth keeping an eye out for. Cool Guy has a video on Suros versus Hardlight. Seeing as the 600 RPM auto rifles have come back up into the forefront of the meta, although you may think that Hardlight is the king, it may not be. So if you check out his video where he compares the two exotics side by side.
Well, what do you guys think? I mean, Hardlight gives the corners thing. That's what's fun about that.
It's not just the corners, but Hardlight. The only reason people are using Hardlight over some of these other weapons is not because it out DPSs. It's because it has no damage fall off. You know, the corners.
It can out DPS as well, especially if you're getting a good angle on it. If you're shooting a Titan as they're running towards you and you're ricocheting the rounds off the floor, you're getting double damage.
Yes.
So there is that. But then the Suros has the spinning up perk where it does more damage the longer you hold the button down. And it also heals the wielder.
Has a chance to heal.
That's true.
You have a higher chance if you've got the catalyst as well.
Catalyst, and it stabilizes.
Yeah, you've got stability on it. So
I'm putting on my chest piece.
Yeah.
Keep shooting.
Yeah. True Vanguard has a really cool video with the fourth horseman using a Titan with the Antaeus wards and how he's literally sliding around in PvP, shotgunning people with the fourth horseman. Because I've heard a lot of people say it's pretty meh in PvP, but he certainly uses it to full effect. And I think he said in the video he's going to put out a video, or he's going to try and build in Trials this weekend. And I know we're not all True Vanguard players, but it's making me want to go and play with the fourth horseman and do this kind of Antaeus ward sliding around into people and shotgunning them. And I think
not getting enough hate mail, are you?
No. He said that he was using it on Middle Tree Striker Titan, so that's the one where you have to kind of jump in the air and to do the slam, but with the ballistic slam as well as the super. So that's going to be quite interesting to see how his Trials gameplay goes with that.
So he's going to jump in the air and then slide around.
No, he's sliding in the round, but I think you can kind of slide and then you can do a little bunny hop and still slam down to the ground if you time it well. I've done it a couple of times, messing about.
Okay, yeah. I was just like, my brain short circuited there. I was like, he's going to slide, but also jump, and yeah, sure. Yeah, we are not him.
No, we're not him. But we have aspirations. Yes. I have aspirations, and so do other people.
It's good to want things.
Another person that I think I've highlighted a video of his before, Drewski, has got a God Roll Astral Horizon shotgun from Trials. So this is the one that you can get from 3 wins from Trials. And if you want to farm that shotgun this week or in Trials when it comes up, it's best to kind of just leave it at the 3 wins and just go in and collect your tokens. Don't go for the 5, 7 flawless, because if you are like we did last week, got all those tokens and you can only get the one weapon from that vendor over and over and over again, you've got more of a chance to get it, like you used to be able to do with Iron Banner and getting the Swarm of the Raven. So as long as you kind of cap yourself at 3 wins and get the shotgun to drop and then just plow your tokens in, you can have a good chance at getting the shotgun. And I think it was quick draw and opening shot, and it's a kinetic shotgun which is equivalent to the Mindbenders, which is the PvP god shotgun to use, but that's an energy weapon. So you can now pair this with a good energy weapon, and they were using Lunas and Not Forgottens, but you can also use your Hardlight. So you've got that as well. But yes, so go and check out Drewski's God Roll Astral Horizon shotgun. Then one for Respawn. Astacross, I'm sure you've probably watched this as well this week, Respawn, haven't you? Everything about swords. So he literally breaks down everything with the new season of what they can do, what they can't do, what the block does, how much the block you can hold the block for, what the Titan strongholds do, the exotic gauntlets, and how much they help with trying to block and actually taking damage and things like that. And the new mod system on the artifact with how you can kind of tank more damage and do more damage. So yeah, he runs through everything in this video. It's about 20 minutes long. It's a really long one, but it's worth watching if you want to kind of get into using swords for DPSing bosses, DPSing the champions, and run those high tier nightfalls and things. So yeah.
And this was Astacross, not Fallout? This is usually Fallout's thing.
Oh, well, Astacross. So apparently the Lumina, the catalyst, is dropping randomly in the world, and they've already found a little cheat to how to get it done. So apparently to complete the catalyst for it, you have to get noble rounds delivered to somebody in the fire team.
My buddy.
So what they figured out is that you can go to the tribute hall, shoot a couple of red bars, and then shoot your friend. And
This
that
came out
works.
like weeks ago, and you just put what?
I didn't figure that out. That's a great idea. I'm going to the.
Did you put it in the podcast when you knew about it?
Sure didn't.
But
like,
this
I'm
is
surprised
what
you didn't.
You're not employed.
That's not my
You're not
job
employed.
to put stuff in the podcast.
Yes, it is. If you've got
Truer-
something like this,
Truer
then you
words
tell people.
were
You
never
tell-
spoken.
if you know something, this is your platform to actually tell people about it, rather than I'm angry that there's no bow catalyst. Nobody really cares about the rant.
If only I had
do.
a platform
You
that
do.
like people would listen to, some sort of media outlet I could use that people download and listen to once a week to get
There were only
information
some
about
way.
a game I play. If only there was some method to do that. Some
See, y'all are
some
treating it
cast,
like a
some
job. For me, the podcast
recording.
is just fun. It's a nice time.
So yeah, grab a buddy,
Yell about things
head
that
for
I
the
don't
tribute
like.
hall on the Leviathan, shoot a couple of red bars, and shoot your noble round at your friend, and maybe take it in turns. That'd be
Yeah.
good
but
fun.
don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody about it.
No, why would you? Let them figure it out. That's half the fun.
And Blue was telling me about a little glitch that happened to him in one of the Seraph Tower events, where the heavy frame that was spawned suddenly went invincible and started just killing everything and stayed around for the entire game.
Excuse me?
It was there for an
What?
hour.
There you go.
Skynet.
Shall I tell you, Blue, how you can do it? How everyone can do it?
Okay. Well, yes.
You summon your heavy frame, and as the last champion dies, or a champion dies, you melee your heavy frame. Now, most of the time, it will glitch the heavy frame out so that he can't then die. He will just stay around on the map. But
Wow.
if you summon a second one, he will lose his invincibility. So you only have to have one roaming around. But if you do what we described to do, kill the champion as he's dying, punch the heavy frame, and he should be around for
So does that
an
mean
hour,
if a
as
Blueberry
Blue said.
summons a champion, you lose your invincible Superman?
Yes.
Awesome.
That's not awesome.
Well, we're telling people so that more people know about it.
Hey,
So if you
Blueberries,
see one-
if there's a thing on the field, don't you dare summon another one. Don't do it. I'm looking at you, demon.
I would never.
You know, if you tell him not to do something, first thing he's gonna do. You know that's right.
It's such a shame because you're right. He absolutely will, man.
Are you new here?
No, I'm just an idiot.
We have an email from one of our listeners recently.
Oh,
Right,
Right.
we forgot. We promised it this week and then
We
didn't give it either.
I'm going to do a lovely reading to you, Respawn.
Okay.
Don't respond until after I've finished.
Okay. Not making any promises.
Respawn is wrong. He said that Aldrin Sov should be the new Hunter Vanguard.
Mm.
He can't be, as these are my reasons why. Number one, the Vanguard Dare only applies to Guardians, and at the time he killed Cade, he wasn't a Guardian. Number two, even if the Vanguard Dare does apply, it has already been passed to somebody else, as Aldrin has been killed. Number three, the Guardian that we see was Aldrin, but is not now. Just to counter Respawn, is your Guardian the same as the person that they were in a previous life? Question mark. Okay, so let's get full spinfoil. Let's say the Vanguard Dare did apply when Aldrin killed Kate. As we know, Aldrin was killed by either Petra or our Guardian, so that means that either Petra or our Guardian is the new Hunter Vanguard. So we have to be practical now that we can't be the Hunter Vanguard for obvious reasons, and that leaves Petra as the new Hunter Vanguard. And I will leave it there. Thanks for the podcast, not off. But hang on a second. He would just like to go on to say that he doesn't like calling out a fellow hunter, but it had to be done, not off. Respawn. Over to you.
Well, no, he didn't call me out, in my opinion. I think he educated me because he has a lot of valid points that I have no reason to argue with. He's right, man. Because actually, with everything he said, no, good job, good job. I have been educated. I have been humbled, good sir.
Oh, not off. Please get in touch again because obviously your emails have silenced him, and that is something that we find really hard to do.
Follow-up question from Not Arf. Are you only agreeing with him because he's a hunter?
No, agreeing with me because I'm respawn. Obviously. Really.
Oh dear.
No, good calls, man. Good calls. Way to put things in perspective and break it down so that even the most Barney of us can get what you're trying to say. Yeah, appreciate it.
So, have we got anything else that we need to discuss, talk about?
Bow Catalyst and the lack thereof.
No, you've had that. That was episode 50. That was like so yesterday.
You remember which episode it was?
53.
No, but you don't. So it doesn't matter. I could say anyone.
See,
I would.
Yeah. Sorry,
I would like to say that, as a consumer of the podcast, I really do enjoy it. It's fantastic that you guys have been going for over a year and never missed. That's a big deal, and I really appreciate the opportunity to come and spend some time with you guys laughing.
Real listener, not a paid placement.
And at least
and thank you.
Participated unlike other people.
Yeah, when we invite guests on, they speak and have opinions.
Although I think last week it was touch and go, wasn't it, Parody? We nearly didn't have a podcast.
It was, yeah. Last week there was some quarantine related strife going on in the world, and yeah.
And yet you pulled it out, and it's taken a lot of close recoveries. I know that Night Demon, you had to pass on one, and over the whole year, you guys have never stopped, which is great and appreciated. Thanks.
I'm sure some people.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, keep safe, keep well, and keep your distance, especially from respawn.
No. Cough on everyone you see. Lick
so are you telling
every door
me
handle.
To no longer shoulder charge? Is shoulder charging now not social distancing? So
actually,
the hunters, I should leave the hunters alone?
I have put a Purell dispenser on my shoulder.
So it's okay. So instead of loading up with Telesso, load up with Purell and then shoulder charge?
Yes.
Sounds like a plan.
It's working.
No, but seriously, we hope everyone's still keeping well, fit, and safe. So, yeah.
Just remember, if you have the sniffles, I don't have anything that rhymes with that. Ha ha!
No, it's the cough that you've got to look out for. You can have the sniffles, it's the cough.
It's in our country, we're still looking at bending the curve. And so all of the social distancing and washing your hands so much that you need hand cream and not touching your face is hard to do. And a lot of the 8 people that listen to us are probably all young and healthy without respiratory issues, but you're not
we have
doing it just for yourself.
People that listen to us.
It's about not being a vector. It's about not getting that old person who is weak, sick. So
yeah.
Appreciate
the professional man who does things. You should listen to him.
I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I talk a lot.
You try to build him up, but he just tears himself right back down immediately.
But
all right, well, that's all we have this week.
Put yourself in danger unless it's within the realm of a video game, in which case, have at the young.
Video games aren't diseases, so you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, with that, thank you for joining us. Your Titans are Parody and Night Demon. Your Hunter is No One Respawns in Real Life, and our special guest, Blue Screen 42, is a War Hunter now. You can email the show at twotitansandahunter@hotmail.com. You can find us on Twitter at twotitans_hunter. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at the same thing. And also subscribe to us in those places, because if we ever do a trial stream or something silly, that's where we'll tell people, as well as here on the show. You can join the Frozen Clan at join.frozen.party. That's Frozen with a 0. You can find all your favorite Guardians on Xbox Live and Respawn on PC, and by special request PS4. No one on Stadia. You can watch the show on YouTube. You can listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, and everywhere fine podcasts can be found. So remember, Titans, load up your shoulder with the Purell. You don't know where those other folks have been. Keep them safe, keep them healthy, and keep your distance. And now, I'd like to share with you lovely people, a word from our sponsor. Panoramix 18's Vault Cleaning Services. Has your ghost got too much junk in its trunk? Does your alt hunter have 8 Titan helmets in her inventory? Did you donate more Fractaline than would be considered healthy by 9 out of 10 Cryptarchs? Then call Pan's Inventory Cleaning Service. For a nominal fee, he'll clean out that vault faster than a D1 beta veteran would a loot cave. And it really, really works. And there you go.
The hell is that word?
The hell is that word?
There's no more pure expression than even trying to need as that line right there.
Words. What the hell is that?
What the hell is that word? Yeah.
That's the verbal expression of the sigh that we've been hearing all these years.
Yeah. So Brave X Hero has
got to say, if you take that out, you're doing a disservice to our fans.
It's